To close the loop on demonetization and the goals and the execution of it, I want to create a report card for the Modi government. So, can you steelman the case for the Modi government? Is there anything they have done right in the entire tenure? Are there any positives from the government?
Let me see. The trouble is that I'm so unhappy, first of all, with economic mismanagement for sure. There's definitely a lot of economic mismanagement, but also with the very deeply centralizing forces that they
Yeah.
have created. The anti-federal approach, which I think is dangerous for a country like India. We can't afford it. We really have to stay federal if we have to stay one country. Okay, so those, as in purely economic terms, I find the list of both omissions and commissions very, very large. Okay, so I am deeply concerned about the lack of employment generation and the lack of any focus on employment generation, the lack of any realism about what is required to do generate much more productive employment, especially for our young people who are now the big demographic bulge. I am deeply concerned by the atmosphere of hate and the open polarization and the anti-minority, specifically anti-Muslim, but also anti-Christian, but anti-minority approach in general. I'm offended by the blatantly patriarchal behavior of not just the prime minister, but the ministry, the ministers, the people that encourage the ecosystem, the broader Sangh ecosystem, which is both aggressively patriarchal and aggressively communal, and in all kinds of very, very unpleasant ways. So on all of these spheres, I think really it's hard to find anything good in that sense. The thing they're really good at is managing public perception, is PR. I think it's extraordinary how good they are at that. And that requires a degree of political savvy and ingenuity and an ability to relate to and reach people, which is very difficult and which they clearly have. They clearly are able to persuade people of a narrative, even when it's so completely different from the lived experience of most of the people that they're speaking to. And they have been able to create that narrative globally as well, which again is fascinating. That globally you will find even among progressives, you will find people telling you, oh, how, digitization in India has been this terrific success because of your unique identity, the Aadhaar card. And you're trying to tell them, listen, the biometrics is the worst thing you can do for a country like India with so many manual laborers who don't actually have matching biometrics over time and who therefore lose out on their entitlements and even on their wages. That it's also something that is so prone to monitoring and surveillance and control that you have to be concerned about that. But the ability of them to be able to present a completely different narrative is quite remarkable. It requires a lot of effort. It doesn't happen easily. And as I said, first of all, you have to have that political intelligence that can do it. But you also need very systematic efforts. You have to destroy the entire data system of the country. You have to go after every international institution that says anything negative about you. If you're low in the food index, you go over there and fight and argue and da-da-da. You get the World Bank to agree to completely nonsensical poverty estimates that you generate, so that apparently now we have less than 4% poor people in India. You really work hard for all of these management of public perception, both inside and globally. And that they are really very good at.
I've got a very imbalanced report card here. So I've got A plus for PR and perception management, and seems like F for everything else. So it's not looking promising. I hope they're listening.